We did get to play both PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Xbox build, which we should talk about.
PUBG, as the kids call it.
Yeah, so we have to say it's the Xbox build, but we played it on a PC, and the reasoning for that was it's being developed on PC, so that's basically the way that we had to play it, but it had all of the controller functionality and everything like it should normally have. And
so it was kind of like playing the Xbox version.
It should be exactly the same because it's running. It thinks that it's running on an Xbox, so it should be completely one-to-one. The only thing that was absolutely terrible was the opening menu. You would like press A to start, and it would take like 5 seconds. You'd be like,
so you're like, did I do it wrong?
Yeah, that was the only thing that was truly, truly terrible.
In development software, this is what happens.
Aside from that, I think Xbox gamers are going to be really happy with the way that this runs. What was the difference to draw distances, Destin?
I don't know. There was some weird thing with the draw distance, but I don't.
It was like slightly different, but nothing like particularly bad. The game still looks like crap.
You can still see players and everything. It's not like you can't.
How's the frame rate?
We don't know about the frame rate. They are aiming for 60 frames a second on console. That's great. No mean feat. That's going to be tough, but that's what they're aiming for.
On regular Xbox One?
I think it was both.
That'd be great.
I think they.
I feel like
it was
it'd be.
both.
I would have to go rewatch the interview, but we actually got to sit down during Gamescom with Sammy King and the executive lead for PUBG and talk about a ton of questions that the audience had.
Yeah, I believe the quote was like, we are aiming for 60 frames a second on console. So we don't have confirmation on that whatsoever, but that's what they're going for. But yeah, it to me didn't look any different to the PC version. But like I was going to say, I don't think that means much because I don't think that PUBG is a very attractive game anyway. So it's like, that's not what you play it for.
Yeah, it's a gameplay first game.
Exactly. Yeah, so like I don't think that matters even if it's not. But there weren't any like noticeable or major differences.
I'll tell you, I mean, not only is the Xbox going to bring this game to a much not bigger, but a new audience, but the Xbox Live features like clubs and groups are going to be fantastic for that.
Well, it's also that the Xbox audience is already an audience that is really used to playing multiplayer shooters. Like it's a perfect fit for the platform, and I think that this is going to go down really, really well. Anyone who hasn't played PUBG, like it's kind of hard to explain why it's so good, but it's really because it's just so intense. And I think people are going to love it. I'm really glad this ran as smoothly as it did, especially considering it's in such early stages that we weren't even playing on the console. So
we talked last week when you guys were gone about because we were recapping the 90-minute briefing thing that Xbox did, and the end of their PUBG trailer was late 2017, and we sat here and we thought that probably in this case, because it's going to be going into preview, it's not a retail release, that probably literally meant December. Did you guys get any sense of that from the interview or from talking to them?
The interview was full of we don't know yet, a lot of we don't know yet. So I think it's absolutely going to be as late as possible. Yeah. Obviously you did the interview, but like I had to watch over it again to write my preview, and one of the things was like a thing that we probably both liked the least is that the reload button is Y.
It's very strange. You go to X,
right? Because you're so used to X.
Yeah, X is sort of the universally accepted default on a shooter on a game.
So what is X?
X is open doors and pick up objects. Yeah. So I feel like that's a really weird.
Just switch those. Let's just switch those.
Right. Exactly. So he asked about that, and their response was something along the lines of like, "Yeah, maybe we don't really know yet." We asked about like cross-platform.
A lot.
They really are. They all of the answers were like, "Yeah, we could do that maybe at some point."
And hopefully they'll just allow for rebinding your keys.
Yeah,
exactly.
Remapping your buttons.
Yeah.
You probably just go in there, press. I mean, you can plug a controller right now into the build that's out today.
It's not super optimized for that though, right?
I think they literally just updated.
Oh, no way.
Because I played last night and I'm like, that's the backpack from the Gamescom build. Like it's a little different.
Interesting.
So not backpack, but the parachute.
Does that mean that jumping is better? This weird thing where jumping on console was way easier. Like all the time in PUBG, I will either kill someone who's gotten stuck trying to jump over a wall, or I will get stuck trying to jump over a wall. Yeah. And it didn't happen in this build. I was like, wall ain't nothing. Just jumped right over it. So it's either that people playing on console have smaller hitboxes, or that it's an updated build, which is more likely. Like we had a build that fixed that.
Pushing them a little bit about the vague terminology they used about launching on Xbox and will you ever come to PS4? If you're waiting for it to come on PS4, it sounds like that is a long ways off.
You were in a you were playing detective on Twitter with one of the community managers.
Sammy, who was actually on the live show.
Oh, okay, yeah. And that I saw that Twitter threads cited all over the place.
Yeah.
Of people just picking that apart because they were.
I thought I asked the question clearly. I'm like, wait a minute. The way she answered it.
They were she was so deliberate in her phrasing. And it's like, okay, yeah, it's probably coming to PS4 way later.
I think it is definitely going to come to PS4.
Which why wouldn't it, right? But yeah, it's absolutely not going to be anywhere
because
on another console.
They really are like, this is a game with 100 players in a match is a lot for a console.
Sure.
And they are putting everything they can into making it work on the Xbox version first. And then like they'd have to basically get it to work on Xbox, which it doesn't even necessarily yet. And that's going to have a ton of updates, like maybe over 12 months. And then maybe the final release will be on PS4. That could be forever away.
Yeah.
And then just save .ps4 and then we're done.
I mean, Tomb Raider. I'm Ryan McCaffrey, host of Unlocked. If you enjoyed that segment, be sure to check out the full episode on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/IGNUnlocked. Give a like, a share, a subscribe, whatever makes you feel good, or catch us on iTunes and your favorite podcast services.